Welcome to the Ghostly Chronicles. The Cabin in the Mist. Lily, Aaron, and Josh were on a weekend camping trip when a sudden fog descended, thick and unnatural, swallowing the forest around them. They had no choice but to search for shelter, and soon stumbled upon a cabin hidden deep in the woods, one that wasn't on any map. The cabin looked abandoned, its wooden walls sagging with age, but a faint light flickered through the window. Relieved, they knocked, but no one answered. The door creaked open on its own. "We shouldn't go in," Lily whispered, shivering despite the warmth from the cabin. "Just for the night," Aaron said, stepping inside. Josh followed, and Lily reluctantly trailed behind. Inside, the cabin was eerily pristine, as if someone had just left. The fire in the hearth crackled softly, casting shadows that seemed to move on their own. On the wall hung an old portrait of a woman, her eyes dark and piercing, following them wherever they went. "This place feels wrong," Josh muttered, his voice low. As the fog outside thickened, strange noises began echoing from the woods. Low, guttural whispers that sent chills down their spines. The windows rattled as though something was trying to get in, but when they peered outside, there was nothing but dense fog. "Did you hear that?" Lily asked, her voice barely a whisper. There was a soft knock on the door. Aaron slowly opened it, no one there. But the fog outside now curled toward them, seeping into the cabin. The fire flickered and dimmed, and the shadows on the walls began to take shape, human shapes. Suddenly, the portrait on the wall seemed to shift. The woman's expression turned grim, her eyes now filled with anger. The whispers from outside grew louder, more desperate. Josh's face went pale. "We need to leave, now." But the door slammed shut before they could make a move. The shadows grew darker, twisting and stretching toward them. The fog thickened inside, swirling around their feet, cold and suffocating. The whispers became words. "Get out, before she comes." The fire died completely, plunging the cabin into darkness. A cold hand brushed against Lily's arm. She screamed, and the door flew open with a violent gust of wind. Without looking back, they ran into the fog, their breaths heavy, the sound of footsteps echoing behind them, though none of them were looking back. When they finally emerged from the woods, the fog was gone and the cabin had vanished as if it had never been there at all. Later, back in town, they asked about the cabin. The locals exchanged nervous glances. "That cabin was burned down 50 years ago," one of them said, along with the woman who lived there. "She still haunts those woods, looking for anyone foolish enough to seek shelter in her home." Please like, share, and subscribe.